Welcome everyone to whatever this is going to be. It's been interesting here in the cast room. Hi, welcome everyone. This is going to be DieFall Presents Ruin, an original 5th edition D&D cooperative campaign featuring 3 heroic odysseys to escape hell. 3 parties embark on unique journeys through the many layers of hell where their actions may lead to consequences for one another, and apparently a lot of deck of many draws that we're going to have to resolve at some point in time. Welcome to Lapis. This is our first group, and honestly the guinea pigs of this whole situation, so it should be great. It should be really, really good. There are 3 ways that you, as viewers, can interact with the game. First, you can invoke Fate by using !Fate for various different effects. $2 for a +2 roll, $5 for a reroll, $10 for a nat 20, $20 for a draw from the deck of many, and $69 to invoke Chaos, which you'll just have to find out what that all means. Be sure to identify which players you want to influence when you actually do any of those donating things. Second, every 10 retweets on the tweet from the DieFall_RPG account will grant a natural 20 to a random player at the table. You can find the tweet linked in the chat below, highlighted very nicely there for you. Third, patrons may participate in various mini-games within the Shard of Discord, the central location of our campaign. The mini-games affect world building, storytelling, NPCs, future events. Use !Patreon in the chat for more information. And that's the spiel. Everyone in chat wave at my cast. They deserve it. They're all beautiful and they're wonderful and everything is going so smoothly. We're gonna go around and introduce everyone. And so for me, it's gonna be in my top left is gonna be Liv. Liv, please do introduce yourself and the name and who you're playing, but I don't want any character descriptions yet, okay?
That I can do. Hi, I'm Liv. My pronouns are she, they. I'm very excited to be here. Everything's fine. And, I will be playing Quesos.
I'm glad that you pronounced that before I had to, because I read that when it was sent to me and I went, yes. There's a lot of great names for me today.
I also included a little pronunciation in the a little meeting room area, but I don't know if you can actually see that.
It's good. I'll figure it out. Thank you very much for joining us. Stella, you're next on my go around here, so please do introduce yourself as well.
Hello, I'm Stella Luna here on Twitch. I am a TTRPG streamer that does really nerdy TTRPG things. Today I will be playing Kaya. Kaya is a custom lineage artificer wizard.
Yes. With plus what?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I have, we're level 3. I have 18 armor class and plus 11 initiative.
Plus 11.
Yep.
We're just gonna let that sit there for a little bit at level 3. Continuing around Justin, because I don't want to pronounce your name. It's so hard for my mouth to get around, so please do it for me. Thank you.
Hello, I am Justin, also known as Theorix6. I very sometimes stream on Twitch here, but mostly I just make Magic the Gathering content over on YouTube's under the same name. Because I like to keep theme on horribly difficult names to pronounce, I am playing a snake man. I'm a Yuan-Ti named Skithris. Skithris, and last name of Wayfair. Skithris.
Skithris. Lots of
yes. Skithris.
Very good. Very, very good. Excellent. Going around, welcoming back longtime player from forever ago, bonus_stage_Rob, the _king himself. Please introduce yourself, Rob.
Hi. I'm Rob, or bonus stage Rob, or bonus_stage_Rob, and I am pronouns he, him. I am an occasional streamer on twitch.television every now and then somewhere. Usually on a role-playing game somewhere. Tonight, I'm here playing Daros Fëanorin, a mixed ancestry paladin. And I'm happy to be here.
Good. Glad to have you back, bud. Last and certainly not least, very excited to have that D'Angelo at the table. Please, sir, introduce yourself.
Yeah, hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo, and I am a tabletop RPG performer. I fight with all of my heart and soul to bring more inclusivity and diversity to our geeky community by organizing projects and events that can help out, our community with all that kind of stuff. And freelance writer and amateur game designer. I'm super stoked to play Quetzal Mariposa tonight, who is a fighter, champion fighter, and he's super dope. All Aztec'd out, a headdress and everything. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Awesome, and thank you guys very, very much. Chat, welcome to the show. And again, everything is fine. I'm gonna sip on some coffee before we get all the way into the meat of things here. Normally, if it's like a second episode, I would then have them roll d20s, and whoever got the lowest would have to recap for us the next or what had happened previously. Today, though, you guys get the benefit of that not happening. I do, however, I think we should draw at least one of these cards, just in case we might want to utilize it somewhere in the beginning of our show. So I'm gonna go ahead, and hopefully this all works. We were testing it earlier today, and I have a table and I have a card, and I can place it on the table, and then I can give it to Stella if I want to, or something like that. But yeah, we have a little digital deck of many, which I think is really fun. But so Stella, your card is the Throne. I guess we'll have to see how that goes.
If I remember what that is correctly, bullshit right out the gate. If I'm remembering that correctly,
It's okay. I'm gonna make a note for myself here, and then we're gonna figure it out.
Stella's getting thrown. No.
Let's dive in to our very, very, very first episode of Ruin Lapis. We open as our camera comes below the clouds, coming out of the sky and onto an enormous city. It is split into 3 somewhat equal parts. There's a center portion that seems to have a circle with larger buildings inside of it as well, but the buildings differ from each of the different districts in their stylizations, in the amount of land that they have, and what they're doing there, farming or utilizing the metals and things around to build things. But in our planar city, we're going to find ourselves in one specific building today. We go down to that center location, a bit of a no man's land, and we see what looks to be a nice stone block building, large columns. There's a lake in the middle, ducks paddling in it, bit of green space, a lot of open rooms inside, a library, small temple, large eating area with a professional kitchen. See some guards meandering about, a couple of constructs as well. And as we wander through the hallways, we come to one labeled 2E. Our camera goes down this hallway, 2E, and there are doors with some windows there, and they're all barred. The rooms themselves are nice enough. They seem well appointed, nice beds, bookcases, some things that the occupants might find remind them of home or that they might like. Daros, you're in one of these rooms. I just want, for right now, a description of what Daros looks like, and maybe what they would be doing if, for whatever reason, they were in a room that was pleasant to them, but didn't really understand why.
Sure. So, Daros is of a mixed ancestry. Is born of a dwarven mother and a halfling father, so his appearance is that of a rather like tall halfling. Like we're talking like halflings are 3 feet. He's like 4.5 feet ish. Bold, hardy, broad shoulders fit for wielding great weapons. His skin is deep brown in complexion and a bit rosy, like hues in the nose and cheeks area, as though maybe seen some sun recently. His eyes are this piercing amber, and his hair is dirty blonde, which kind of is like a contrast to his darker skin tones. He has this coarse dwarven hair, but kept in a very tight bun behind him, and he is completely clean shaven, well kept, almost like a military preciseness to how he carries himself. In this room, he would probably be poring over maybe his journal, the holy symbol of Boar at the table. Maybe he's thumbing it every now and again. He seems uncertain as he's writing entries in the journal. Maybe did we say that there was a window in the room?
Yes, you have a window that is behind you here, and it looks out over that courtyard previously, but it is barred.
Okay. I think, I think every now and again he finds himself near the window, perhaps daydreaming, perhaps looking for inspiration. Definitely distracted, but not, I don't know, manic or frantic.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Our camera pushes through the wall on his left-hand side. And there we see Kaya in a very similar room. What would be there? Give me a little description of yourself.
Kaya is a pretty austere-looking woman. She is all straight lines, finely pressed, not a single hair out of place. You can see that this person is very manicured, wearing fine silks, and seems to be wearing some sort of elvish armor. Very intricate, lots of golden filigree. It seems very lightweight and moves with the body rather than against it. They have a number of items that are mounted on the wall. You can see that there is a large quarterstaff that is made out of what looks like smoked quartz and is tipped on both sides with like golden caps. In the very center of the handlebar area is a void where it seems to have a sort of transparent orb, and inside there seems to be some grayish sand. And this person is currently seated on the edge of their bed, and even though it might look like they are relaxing, they are straight backed and just seem sort of almost entirely too composed, even though they're alone in the room. And they are very calmly, slowly reading through a book, and occasionally reaching down where there's a platter next to them where there is a single cup of wine.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Okay. Excellent. Across the hall, we move out, and we see there are a couple of these guards wandering up and down the hallway here. Their faces are fuzzy and indistinct as we move through the door across the way. And we find Skithris. Please give me a description of Skithris.
Sure. So Skithris is a cobra-esque entity that, if you took a scale of him, would be about 15 feet in total length. Of course, he has a typically slender neck, although it appears that it can be puffed up, as it were. And if the keen eye were to take a look, they would see what appear to be scales that have chromatophores in them, being able to slightly change the way his crest looks. His eyes are that of moonlight. They have a black sclera surrounding an opalescent white pupil. His scales, of course, are technically a form of black, although they pearlesce with nice violets and deep blues. Of course, being a snake man, he does not have any hair, although I would say that the sheen of his scales are plenty. His outfit is a bit of a what many would call a mess. He essentially is wearing what appears to be, to those with legs, a dress, tied to his form with several belts and loops, chains, things like that. In a bunch of places, he'll have small bags and pockets and random accoutrements on his person. He sits in a room that would be very, very plain and practical. Not much extra things adorning the walls, just a nice, comfortable looking cot, as he would be looking through his bag and eyeing the wand that he was given as a gift.
Excellent. I think this time we go out through the window behind you and come in through the next window. Cases, what are you doing in your room?
Cases. The rooms are like filled with things, right? Because
Yeah, they're filled
Cases
with
is
things
just-
that make you comfortable, that make you feel
Okay.
at ease.
Interesting. Okay, because Cases has just completely destroyed the room. Like she has like ripped things apart, overturned pieces of furniture, and you just kind of see her standing in this wreckage. She is like tall, and like too thin, like almost skeletal. Her skin is this like the best way I can describe it is kind of like an orangey sherbet kind of color, like
Okay.
a very like pale pastel orange, and like across her skin are these rivulets of like white lines, kind of like when lava or like magma cools, but it's still glowing underneath. So she has that going across her skin. She has this like these long like white curls that are just tangled all up and just matted, and peeking out of them and also her curls tangled up around them is this kind of like corona sort of situation. So it starts here and builds out until it's like fanning behind her, and it seems like these golden spires are like coming out of her head, and she's just there like fingers curling around the sort of like rags is maybe like a little bit too harsh of a
Okay.
word, but she's not necessarily like dressed to entertain or just for the nines, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of these like dark, dull, tattered clothes that she still has been cycling through. Those have also kind of seemed like whatever made her destroy her room, they've also fallen wrath to that as well. And she's just kind of seems to be in that weird reprieve that somebody has after a bit of a breakdown, just breathing heavy, and trying to recenter herself.
You sit at your desk, bed, table, chair, or standing in the middle of your tattered room, enjoying what portion of the day you can, or recovering from an outburst. Before you know that every day you'll be let out into that courtyard. It's a nice courtyard. They have ducks here. Sometimes they let you feed them. Everything else seems really fuzzy. Your memories are mixed, and you don't remember much else than the little joys you have in your room and the small portions of the day outside. Your relaxation is broken by shouts and curses. A young human man in his early 30s is dragged down the hallway, as 4 of those somewhat shadowy-faced attendants drag him in front of your cells. He cries out, "No, don't take me! I remember now! Please, let me free!" Feel this muted sorrow, knowing he's being taken behind the door. So many people have gone before, and you've never seen them return. It's almost time for lunch. Time continues to pass in these little rooms. Roll me wisdom saving throws.
Ooh.
What?
Remember that you do have some boons and things if you would like to make use of them. Okay.
How do I see boons?
How do I see that? Well, I have the little tracker up. It is in your journal there, and I think they're currently up to date. If you feel like you need those there.
Yeah.
So.
Joel picked my dump stat for the first roll because he's a jerk.
I would always do that to you, Rob.
So you admit it. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Daros 9, Skithris 7, Ketzel with 14, Kaya 20, Casus 18, and I think Casus, you've already figured it out. Maybe it was part of your outburst, maybe it was part of the memories coming back, but you are trapped in this room and you know you shouldn't be. You have no idea why you're here, how you got here, but you just remember days upon days upon days passing in this room, in this place. It's pleasant and plush and still a prison. Kaya, you have a moment. What jars your memory? What brings you back?
I think what happens is that she becomes suddenly aware of something on her face. And as she goes to touch it, she realizes there's something wrong. Her hand hesitates. She tilts her head just a little bit, looks to the side, looks out the window, down to her book, and she says, "It was only a matter of time." She closes her book and begins to gather her things.
Okay. Eventually, these guards come back and they open your rooms. You're escorted out into that nice courtyard. For those of you that maybe haven't regained your memory just yet, it's another nice, beautiful day outside. And it just seems so perfect, tranquil even. They let you fish sometimes too. They have bait, fishing tackles, so many nice things. And you and the rest of your friends from the hallway are led outside. Kaya and Casus, you see each other for real for the first time since arriving here, whenever that was.
I think as Kaya makes eye contact with Casus, there is a sort of burning clarity, very distinct weight to the way that she is staring at you. It seems to say something. And she slowly begins to walk up to them.
Casus stares back, and I think in just like the fact that she is not breaking eye contact with you does not seem to be shying away from you. That's like your nonverbal confirmation. Yeah. And yeah, I think she just kind of like, I think she's like just curled in on herself as you approach.
Kaya will slow as she comes to stand next to you, and she turns so that she's not facing you anymore. She faces whatever direction you are. She takes this book off her hip, sort of strapped in. It's this purple-bound grimoire sort of looking thing. She begins to just very casually peruse through it, and she says in a low voice, "Things don't seem to be what they are. You see it as I see."
Yeah, I had a feeling about it, but I don't know, it just, nothing was clicking, nothing was making sense, and it was throwing me off, and now this all just feels like a joke.
Oh, if you heard the commotion earlier, then perhaps it would behoove us to remain composed and see what else we can discover.
So do you think we should just play along?
Indeed.
Okay. She like motions to your whole get up. And then just like looks back at herself. I think you should call the shots, I think.
Kaya just goes, mm-hmm, and just begins to casually walk away reading her book.
Okay. For some of my friends that maybe don't remember, like, I'm very curious, Darius, when you're let out into this courtyard and it's just so pleasant and nice out, what do you do first? What's like the thing that you do?
Obviously, I drop fish at the pond until I get my 99 skill cape, because this is just old school RuneScape.
Yes, indeed, it is. Master Fisher.
No. I think all jokes aside, Darius would find himself at the pond. I think he skips stones.
Okay.
Yeah.
This would be one of those places that they actually, like if you were going to a driving range for golf, they would provide you a bucket of like perfectly flat, round stones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They go collect them every once in a while, right? Perfect. Ketzel, what do you do? You're let out into this beautiful courtyard. There's this lake, there's ducks, there's things. It's maybe not what you back home would be used to, but here it feels right.
Quetzal would definitely, he would always focus on physical fitness. So he would be like sprinting up and down as fast as possible, doing push-ups, burpees, shadow boxing, whatever, just to keep his like physical fitness sort of up. Peace and serenity do not sit well with him. And yeah.
Yeah, so it's trying to fight against it, but still within the tranquility of the place, right? And it's a little hard. Skithris, out in the open, what are you doing?
Well, Skithers would try his best to rectify that and would slink and slither as quickly as possible to the nearest tree that gives maximum coverage.
Yeah.
And essentially he would coil himself around it and just observe what everyone else is doing, trying his best to essentially blend into the forest for the trees. He's trying his best to disappear. Just watch and observe.
Okay. Still, I think we'll draw your next card because you have 3 of these. We've got one, and I know what's going to happen with that one, so we're just going to go ahead and draw the next one here.
There's one card I really don't want to draw.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Is it the pet one? Because I don't want it either.
Yeah. So this one, let's see. Drew the sun. We'll have to see how that goes. You'll be somehow, some way, gaining a wondrous item of some kind.
Praise the sun, dude.
Praise the sun.
How long have we been live? Because my heart rate is raising already.
Actually on camera and live, 20 minutes.
And I'm already so mad.
It's fine, right? It's fine. Additionally, before I, pry and push Kaya for more, since they seem to be leading this little parade of those that have awakened, I would like for you all to roll me just a basic D20, because we did get over the 10 retweet mark, and one of you has earned a natural 20.
Woo, thank you, chat.
So thank you guys, appreciate that. Okay. I was gonna give it to the person who rolled the lowest, so it's between Skithris and Daros. Roll it one more time.
Interesting.
All right, Skithris.
Well,
You get yourself a natural 20 in your back pocket whenever you need it. So there you go.
fantastic.
Do snakes have pockets?
I have several bags attached to the bandolier type straps that are all over me.
So utility
I dig it.
belt.
Utility
It's
belts.
essential.
Yeah,
I
utility belts.
have to keep
Bat
my dress on
snake.
somehow.
Part bat, part snake, all bat.
All hero.
While you're let out here in the courtyard, and you know that for the remainder of this day, till sundown, they allow you to be out in the building. Places that you could go would be things like the library. There's a game room, a room for music, the resident rooms, which you aren't allowed into until they escort you back. There is a little bit of a gym for sparring or wrestling, pool, bathing, and steam rooms, a meditation room in a temple, and the beautiful garden that you're in right now. Kaya, with your new actual friend now, maybe? What are you doing? Now that you're out here in the courtyard for the first time, understanding this place is not necessarily what you think it is, or thought it was. What do you want to do?
Kaya is going to try to look as casual as possible and begin to collect information. She's going to very smoothly, her long silky robe sort of like whooshing around her ankles as she moves. She peers over at individuals that she passes by and she surveys them, tries to get an assessment of who they might be, sort of skill sets they might have, someone who might be helpful to recruit.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
I would love to roll that.
That's a 19. Jeez, okay. So, looking about the courtyard here, and really trying to take a lay of the land, for right now, it looks like the people from your hall and maybe another group, most of them as you see them walk by in that same dazed state that you saw the rest of your hall have. Something very conspicuous to you, though, is that every single one of the guards is not just uniform in that they're wearing the same kind of dark gray uniform, but they are all exactly the same. When you focus on their somewhat dim faces, it's fuzzy, and you finally make out what they look like, and you see them all, they all look the exact same. As for people of use for Kaya, there is someone who is sprinting back and forth rather aggressively. And I don't know if you find that useful, but they're doing that. And then Daros, I want you to roll me an athletics check for a stone skip. It's a 23.
Oh my gosh.
You note a very real, like a super good stone. It goes all the way across your like little lake in the middle here. narrowly missing the family of ducks that resides, but yes, it makes it onto the other side. So between those two things, maybe you find either of them useful, or the last of your haul has utility pockets, and we all know that that is incredibly useful, and you would note that right away.
Okay. Pockets, you say? Well, I think Kaya would definitely take a note of all three of these individuals, and I think she will approach Daros first.
Let it be known that Casus is watching all of you and he's thoroughly, he's just like, what the hell? Like, who are
What
these
is this
people?
mess?
Yeah.
I know. 10 skips, pretty impressive.
Kaya kind of like comes up behind you and she settles next to you. She just seems to be reading her book. She doesn't look up and she says, "You don't miss a beat, do you?"
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean.
I saw you. Stone after stone.
It's merely a hobby.
Well, perhaps you are keen of eye as you are of hand. Look closely.
Darrow stops at that and sort of, again, absent-mindedly thumbs the holy symbol that he wears around his neck. What would I be looking for?
Their faces. All of them. I want you to pay attention to what's going on here.
I think for the first time he sort of, maybe the calm expression on his face, his brow furrows, and it's more of a, the stress is starting to mount as though fears are being confirmed, and I think he pauses and looks around, and he's looking just at other folks that are in this courtyard at first. The others, they seem content enough. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm sure all will... I'm sure...
Man, Kaya is awesome. Just nailed that.
I don't speak that dialect, but I'm sure I've learned.
My apologies. Let me switch back to common.
Casus
I'm...
is just like,
I'm sure all will be revealed in time. She'll just slowly walk away.
Darrow sort of, his eyes follow her as she walks. Maybe again, sort of absent-mindedly palming the symbol. And then I think he drops whatever stone he's holding in his other hand and sits down where she was and pulls out the journal again and maybe starts studying it a little more frantically and sort of muttering to himself. The hours. That's it.
Kyle, you move away. Anyone else catch your interest? Or do you want to study the guards more closely? Or is there somewhere else in the building that you think would be worthwhile?
She'll go back up to Casus and say, we should try to see if we can make any friends here.
those are the friends you want to make?
For now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I just
Well.
want to get out of here, so if you can help me do that, I will follow your every word.
Good. She'll gesture to Skithris and Quetzal and say, pick one.
Okay. Casus looks between the two, takes a breath, and starts walking over to Skithris.
And we'll follow you there. Cases. We find Skithris. Skithris, you were looking at the wand for a bit of time. Some time has passed. Have you changed what you were doing at all?
I've been practicing my movements for the spells that I know,
Swish and
making
flick.
sure when the time is right, I'll be able to execute them properly.
Is it going well?
I believe so, but I'm not expending myself, so technically, I can't truly know.
You watch as someone approaches you. Cases.
Hmm.
Do you say anything to him?
I think I watch his movements for a while, and I think some of what's going on really is being revealed to Casus. I think she's in that point when you're trying to remember all the parts of your dream, and when you first wake up you remember the dream, but then as time goes on you kind of get further away from it. So it's she knows where she is right now, but seeing movements like that, it feels familiar. She knows that oh, okay, he's probably trying to do this, but I've never seen somebody do it with that exactly, and maybe that's just him and his stank on things.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
So I think she's just kind of watching, mildly confused, and ends up walking over, and it's just
So yeah, as soon as I notice someone is actively watching me, I would stop, and my wand would conspicuously be would have fallen in my hands in a direction that happens to be pointing towards you.
Okay.
I would also, for what it's worth, I would most likely coil up a little bit more and make myself slightly smaller.
I think Cases kind of, well, okay, so really quick, because you've previously talked about technically as a snake you're very long, but how tall do you stand usually?
Skithris is able to stand at about 7'6", at essentially maximum. That's he has to do that and get up. That's essentially a threat display. Typically he'd most likely be about a foot lower. He'd only really be able to consistently be at about 6'6". But yeah, right now he's nice and coiled up and just
No. Just a big baby of a snake. Anyway. Yeah, I think Casus will eye the wand because it is pointed at her, but just kind of walk over and so are you practicing or
I don't know who you are.
do you know where you are?
At this point, Skithris kind of actually looks around him. He is at the base of a tree of some sort, I suppose. No. No.
Do you know who you are?
I'm Skithris. Wait. I don't know how fast I'm allowed to panic.
Would Skithris immediately panic upon like looking around and be like, wait a minute?
As soon as
Wait.
because Skithris's last name is his adopted parents' names.
Oh yeah.
That's like intrinsically linked to the fact that he's like, I live with my family. I'm not with my family right now. So am I allowed to panic?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm Skithris. Skithris, wave. Skithris begins just looking around frantically. I don't technically have the ability to do that, but I would really like to try. I would like to essentially slither up the tree.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you're a big old snake.
Cool.
Sure, there's a couple of branches that are low enough for you to like extend up to and then like go up it.
Okay,
so he's now like 12 feet up in the air.
I'm now like up in as high in the canopy as I'm able to get, and I'm looking around. I'm just trying to figure out what the heck is going on, and I'm realizing that the tree I'm in is probably not a jungle tree, not like a really tall, thick, viney, rainforesty jungle tree.
It is not at all.
Oh no. You will likely hear from the top branches just a flurry of and then essentially I would and you'd see this freaking like black blur, and you know the light coming through the tree would glint purple into your eyes as Skithris essentially like runs down the tree and makes a beeline, I suppose, like towards the nearest wall.
Yeah.
I had to go for this one. I thought the one that was running was going to run away from me, so I thought that this was a good pick.
Seems like you chose wrong.
I know, right?
Kaya's like in the back, just like sitting on a bench, and she's just curiously watching over towards the group, and she's like,
Oh, oops. I did not mean to roll. Sorry.
Excuse me.
I was trying to read a spell and then decided if I wanted to use it.
Okay.
Is this
Where do we
the
start- where do we
D&D
start this
version of a
early?
Freudian slip? Like her mouse hovering over the spell. I'm gonna
It's
do
a
it.
it's a
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Gygaxian
do
slip.
it. Oh no.
Gygaxian slip. There's a lot of those.
Skithris, you slither your way to the nearest wall, and what you would end up finding is that it's large, kind of like arced windows, 2 stories in height, and like as you get to them and you look and you can see your reflection a bit, but you look inside and you see this like a mess hall, and it's got people in it, and they're all eating. There's more windows, it's all columned, and then you look around and you realize that the entirety of this courtyard is surrounded by walls.
Oh no. Oh no. God,
Cases
oh
is still
man.
gonna walk over, by the
Yes.
way, and just kind of like very gingerly kind of like reach out to touch Skithris's like shoulder back.
Yeah, so as soon as you do that, I love the fact that I'm a snake because I get to do cool, weird snake things.
Love it.
Skithris's body essentially like perfectly moves in a way that feels so fluid and so wrong to essentially be directly at your face, if not slightly above, looking down on you. He now has grasped your shoulders with his slightly taloned hands and is just saying, "Where am I? This is not. This. Something's wrong. This is not the forest."
Yeah. There's a lot wrong. We're trying to figure it out. Hey. And she's actually gonna like reach up and like cup your cheeks and oh wait, how do snakes work? No, snakes can feel heat. Yeah. Her like you feel it the second you touch her shoulders, but like even when she touches your hands, like there's like people who run warm. She is like a cozy furnace, just like a very warm body temperature that you can actually feel upon like placing your hands on her. But she's just kind of like holding your face is like, you need to calm down for a second. I get it. This happened to me. I get it, but listen,
Hey, Joel.
there's a really tall, intense lady, and she's gonna figure it out. I think.
What's the temperature?
It would be whatever you find the most comfortable.
Even outside.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? So everyone would find it?
That's whatever you're most comfortable.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, feeling your hands. And this is why I have a belt or several belts, because because I need ways to make sure the things on me stay on me. Because I essentially am going to slip through your hands and slide around you. So, usually I'll be at like kind of an upright, snaky man. I'm low, right? I'm low, like just sidewindering all the way back to the tree I was at. And I'm going back in the tree, dude. Skithris has never, ever been without his family. Literally ever. They essentially have never let him out of their sight for more than getting groceries or something, like or going to market. He has never not been with them. Skithris in Skithris's mind, he is no idea what's going on. He's horrified. And he's thinking, crap, my moms are going to kill me.
Yeah.
So he's back in the tree, essentially like sticking his head like above and below like leaves and branches and things, and just like looking around and just trying to get as much information as possible so he could hopefully figure out what the heck is going on.
Cases. What do you want to do now? This went really well.
Cases is thinking as she walks back to wherever Kaya had her and Kaya had split.
Kaya's on a nice little bench looking over the
and in
lake
her
here.
mind, I think like verbally out loud as she's walking, just, well, you know what? I guess fuck it, like this woman doesn't know me. She doesn't know my track record. I don't know, I don't know if this is like 0 for 1. Maybe I've had other successes in life and I just really fucked that one up really bad. I don't, maybe I should talk to the guy with the rocks.
Cases, you look up to the sky and rather conspicuously you see a card, but not just the card. You see a moon. For a moment, you just see a moon, and then it's gone again. You've drawn the moon card, which, not at this moment, but will gain you the ability to cast Wish.
That is so dope.
That's happening.
Hey, baby.
And you see that moon for a moment, and then and you go back to where Kaya is.
You don't want the snake one, We can do this without him.
Rude. Absolute rude.
All right, it's been cool playing with you.
Well,
Do you
now
wanna see it?
Yeah, man, I
That's
need you to leave the
Yeah.
camera on,
And that's a
though,
wrap?
for all of the other ones, but like,
Well, see you later.
Kaya closes her book very quietly. She just looks you up and down and says, "All things serve a purpose in time. I'm sure we will find some use of them. Come with me. Perhaps we should approach this last person together."
After you.
Very properly, Kaya rises from the bench and just whoosh, whooshes over towards this person.
yeah. So, Ketzel, have you been sprinting the entire time, or you been like going through your like calisthenics, or did you?
Yeah, it's
go
like swapping
somewhere
workouts
else?
essentially.
Yeah. So they
Whether
they
it be doing pull-ups or
have,
whatever. Yeah.
like a gym that you'd have access to inside the building. Would you have gone there after a while, or would you have kept it outside?
Yeah, I think I would have gone into the actual gym as long as the machines weren't too packed. Because like it's too packed, they need to be outside and do free weights. Whatever.
There's always, thankfully, space, which is very nice. So, Kaya in cases. Kaya, you've been rather perceptive in watching what everyone was doing. You would have seen that Ketzel went inside the building.
Okay. As we trail over towards the building, she'll just gently peer in through the different doorways until we find Ketzel.
Yeah, and walking through, you're seeing all of these places is kind of for the first time, right? You may have been there previously, but now you're actually seeing them. Mess hall is rather large, long tables that span the length of the room with bench seating and things. You note that food there never bothered you before, but is only served out of a small window where you can't see who's behind it. The library is nice. There's 2 floors of books to choose from. But you also note that it's tended by these small, single-eyed constructs flying around. There's no people. The game room is always empty, and the music room always has someone playing some sad song. But you would then find in the gym Ketzel. Ketzel, what exercise are you doing now? Is it the pull-ups?
Yeah, I think so. I think it would definitely be like the pull-ups with a rope, doing something in the fantasy world that I can't do in real life, and like pulling body weight all the way up and then getting all the way to the top and then coming back down and everything. Just like
So you're
really
just
working.
doing fantasy CrossFit.
Exactly. Yep. Perfect. And you hear us do something like some obnoxious Rock Lee number being like, 999, 1,000.
Yeah, ridiculous numbers. Okay.
Exactly. As he's now stretching and doing, just like cooling down.
Sure.
Is Ketzel the only person in here?
Roll me a D10.
Oh. Okay. 3.
There are 3 other people in here.
Are they people or guards or
They are,
constructs?
as you look at them, glassy-eyed people. And they're not really doing anything. They're just like in the gym, and they seem to be trying to perform tasks like they may remember them. Like one person trying to do pull-ups is really just hanging there, and you see like weak pulls, but they never get quite up off the ground. It's as if they can't physically try.
Good hustle, Steve. Keep it up.
Gang's all here.
You there?
He'll look over. Are you guys like right by him or approaching or whatever?
Yeah, I think we're like just in the doorway.
Okay, perfect. He'll like look over to see if you're talking to him, but he like looks back to think you're talking to Steve, because like Steve is majestic and doing awesome pull-ups and gets all his mind, and so he's like, oh, they're probably not talking to me. As he continues to like go down and do some push-ups.
Kaya will begin to stride forward and come to a stop. She neatly folds her hands in front of herself. I was speaking to you.
Casus follows behind. We are full Stan. I don't know. Second in command. I follow right behind you.
And he gets all will get up and look kind of like what do you call it? A little bit frustrated, and he goes like, "I am so sorry, ladies, but I'm not escorting today. You're gonna have to go somewhere else for your sex work, as or like to find sex work." As he like then does like squats and goes like, "But I'll be available tomorrow if you'd like to hire me." And he continues his work.
See Kaya kind of like tilt her head. She looks up and down, and she says, "Well, we were actually hoping to speak to you about another matter." She'll gesture to Casus. This is... What was your name again?
Casus. Casus. My name is Casus.
Yes. Have you noticed anything strange?
Somewhat. Normally, people try to kill me whenever they get the chance, but that hasn't happened here. As he kind of looks around and just kind of like just sees everyone working out, and he goes, "They must be too intimidated by this." As he like motions to his 6'4" orc body, like full-blooded orc body that's glistening with sweat and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, as he takes a moment to flex.
Casus rolls her eyes.
Kaya just seems totally unimpressed. She says, "Do you remember where you were before this place?"
And he'll like kind of slow down on his workouts to try to like think about it. He's like, remember? Why would I need to remember? Do I remember?
With help, it seems that most everyone here from your hall has been able to recollect that something is at least wrong. If you would like to actually remember a moment from previous to this, yeah, you can roll for it. And I want to remind everyone here in our little group that all of these things, all these boons and stuff, better use them, because you'll lose them after the end of the show. So, yeah, Ketzel, I want you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
It's not my best stat, but we're going to try it out.
You do have 2 rerolls.
I guess I'll use that reroll. Yep, that was even worse. I'll save the last one. So he's like,
Incredible.
no, seems fine. As he just continues to work out.
Kaya, it seems his brain is resistant to your attempts at bringing him out of the fog. Maybe he's a little too thick-headed.
The magic here is powerful. Let's see if we can help you peer through the veil. Ooh, so I don't really have any spells that are,
And he goes like, well, is something wrong with you guys? Like, because you can also hire me as muscle if you need me to beat anyone up.
You know, you see that Kaya is like opening her book, and she's just like, ooh, this is gonna hurt. And as you say that, she's like, oh, that's actually a much better idea. Yes, let us do that. Why don't you come with us?
Sounds good. As he like finishes up his workout and then goes like, see you later, Steve, Gary. And then he just like walk out.
D'Angelo. Ketzel also got a card. Just as a side note.
Is it the card of friendship?
It is indeed the card of friendship. Or it may actually be the exact opposite of the card of friendship. You drew the flame card. Somewhere in the various planes of hell, there is a powerful devil that has just become your mortal enemy.
Jessica, that bitch.
have to see how that goes. And so you follow them. Kaya, where are you going?
We're gonna go back out into the courtyard and check on Daros, I think.
Yeah, Daros, it's been a minute. You were going through the journal. What else have you been doing?
I think I don't know if I have enough wherewithal to clear up this fog for myself, but I think I'm trying my best to note inconsistencies around me. And I think I've grown, left to my own devices, I've grown more and more like nervous about the situation. It's just sort of like, no. This isn't right. The hours, they're. And then I don't know if I see.
Roll for it. Give me a wisdom save.
Oh boy,
You got a
I'll
reroll
try.
too.
I do have a reroll. I'll take that reroll, please.
Yeah, go for it. 12.
All right.
Okay,
Let's reroll.
better. You are noting the inconsistencies. You're noting things that are wrong. And I think maybe one of the things that you're latching onto the most is that, like, you can't remember before here.
Mhm.
And that seems
It's
like a
not-
problem.
Yeah, I think he looks up at the sky, trying to take stock of what time of day it is, and he's like, "It's not hours. It's days. I can't be here." And he just continues to have an existential crisis, for
Sure.
lack of a better term. Yeah.
So Kaya, you come across Daros that having an existential crisis where you left him, by the lake.
Good, you seem to be processing just fine.
Processing? Are you not? Do you remember anything?
Oh, I do. Do I?
So you had made the save. So you have one memory from
Okay.
prior to here that has latched you into knowing something is wrong.
Okay. Kaya says, I recognize being a prisoner. This is not the first time it's happened to me.
Who has taken us? I can't be around these people.
Only through a coordinated effort will we be able to escape. That much is for sure. I think we're going to need your help.
That's fine. I do. And then I think I reach instinctively down to my hip. Do we have weapons?
No.
I reach for a warhammer that's not there. Wait. No. How do we need weapons? We need our armor. This isn't right. What are we doing here?
Well, for now, we should try to keep our wits about ourselves. You do remember the commotion earlier. Kicking and screaming will do you no good.
Yes. The commotion, of course. Right. Then what's our play?
I need you to go speak to that one, pointing at the tree where Skithris is.
Is that who we need to beat up? 'Cause it doesn't look that bad. Like, we probably.
We can take it.
Little did they know, for some reason, they let me keep my wand. Oh, it's just a piece of stick.
It's just a stick.
I don't want to fight him. He seems pretty harmless.
That's what you think.
half man, half baby, half snake.
I am no child. I just want my mom. There's nothing wrong with wanting your mom.
Do you want me to get him down from the tree? Is that?
Perhaps a bit of coaxing. We'll save the violence for later.
Okay, so you let me know.
I suppose I'll give it a shot then. I just, well, I hope he's docile enough. And I think Daros will confidently stride over.
Okay.
Hello there in that tree.
I'm tonal shift, baby. I'm going to essentially dangle down off of a branch with just a bunch of apple shoved in my mouth. I was like, "Hey, you want one of these? I found some of them."
Thank
Trust
you.
me, they're delicious.
I take the apple. Thank you. I saw you speaking with the tall woman. Are you aware of the situation?
Yes. It's I'm a little embarrassed. I did not handle things in a way that I should have. I've been training for things like this, and of course, Mother said I wouldn't be ready and prepared, and seems like she was correct.
Well, I wouldn't give up hope just yet. We seem to be slowly gathering our wits about us, and well, we don't have to go it alone, right? None of us are totally alone in here. We're all in the same situation. We're in it together, and I'm sure we can figure out whatever this is.
Is it working?
I can see I can see Kaya and Casus.
Yeah.
Like over.
Yeah.
I'm not very
see
wise.
Bro,
I
same.
mean, you see them over there. I'm assuming they're watching this happen.
Right.
Casus does have her eye on Kestal, being like, thinking.
Did they ask you to come talk to me?
They told me that you and I are, well, somewhat in the same boat of being awakened to our situation. So, in a way, yeah.
Joel, about how far away from me are they?
60 feet.
How many?
60?
60? Okay. So I'm going to slither down the tree and dash by going all slow towards them.
Okay.
Or going all low, not slow, sorry. I'm going to dash towards them, and I'm going to, as I get there, I'm going to rear up to my maximum height. So, is there something you wish to tell me?
We're probably going to try to break out of here.
Kettle, this is news to you, bud.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like lower down and be like, oh.
It's all gonna be like, hell yeah. Do we get to murder people? As he like
Maybe.
Okay, you could have just said that.
down.
Well, Perhaps there are a couple of ways that we can do this. We can stage a coup, or we can wait until night. Do we experience night and sleepy time here?
You do, because they put you all back into your rooms.
I think at this point I've rejoined the
he,
group.
Comes down, slithers away past you, you're just like,
All right.
Here we go. Yeah, absolutely. You jog back over.
I wonder, though, I hesitate, because will we even remember tomorrow morning?
I can't be the only one that's been losing time, right? It just feels like the days and nights all blend together, and I blink and hours have passed. Who's to say this lucidity is even going to last? If we break out, it might need to be now.
Before, like...
Looking at one of the guards, do they have weapons on them?
They do. They each carry a spear.
How many guards are in the courtyard right now?
There are 5 total, one at each door around the walls of the courtyard.
Kaya slowly begins to open her book, and she says, "How badly do we want to get out?"
Well, we can just leave this area, but like, I mean, I've not been in prison before, but I suspect. Well, whenever I was being taught about hunting and trapping, usually they would say that if the beast that you're tracking is spry enough, you should have extra layers of protection. So maybe we should try and find the outermost wall first? Just a thought.
Perhaps we should try to see what rooms we have access to. Try to find that escape. Very good, very clever. We do need to arm ourselves.
What do you mean? I like hold my wand and I'm just like, eh?
I can't tell you much, but I can tell you right now I'm not much of a fighter.
I'm just gonna put it away.
I can do a bit of magic, but a weapon would be preferable. Gesturing to Quetzal, the gym. Are there access? Is there access to free weights or something that we can maybe use?
There's quite a few free weights in there. Yeah, sure, you could. Well, Joel, I'll let you let us know.
There are.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perhaps improvise some weapons there.
I mean, I could just throw hands, but you know, like, if we want to get weapons, that's cool. We could do that.
Come on, old chum, catch these hands.
I think Kyle will say, let's have a look around, see what items we can gather, and we meet back here.
Sure. I think that's an excellent idea. And I think we can do that right after we take a little break. About halfway through this particular session. So let's do that. And when we come back, we'll see if they can break out of this prison? Thanks for joining us today, guys. I do appreciate it. We will be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Joel here. Just want to talk to you about the DieFall Patreon, and more specifically, a game that you can participate in. As a patron of the Shard of Discord tier, you are eligible to create a character to take part in an interactive game with your fellow supporters that can and will change the story, world, and interactions within the 3 Ruin shows. You and the other supporters will be occupying a bastion of instability, a gateway to the other planes and realms in which the cast members of Lapis, Crimson, and Auric will be adventuring. It is your job to ensure the gateway remains open and operable. This is done through handling a crisis every other week, building defenses, constructing weapons, undergoing training, or bringing the fight to the enemies amongst the many planes. You will also be able to make and find items to assist the players' efforts. You and others will plan your course of action for every month, whether to build, fight, forage, defend, etc. Each option ranging in difficulty and effect on the world around you. In the event of a crisis, characters will be chosen or volunteer to take that crisis on during a monthly live stream, where players will roll for their successes and failures. All planning and rolling will happen in the Discord server in patron-specific channels, which players will be given access to after joining the Shard of Discord on patreon.com/DieFall. The link is obviously in the description below. You'll also get the rules document and the instructions on character creation. Will you be the scout that finds the supplies necessary to survive, the builder that expands the shard's capabilities, the warrior that defends the portal, or even the chef that ensures everyone is fed? You can support us, play a game, and affect the adventure all at the same time. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. I'll be there, as I always am. Thank you all for your support and patronage. And please do continue to enjoy all of the Dungeons & Dragons content, because there is always more. Bye. We're coming back. We're doing it. We're doing the whole thing. We're back.
We're here.
Whoa!
Hi, guys at home. Hi. Thanks for joining us here. This has been great so far. I think last time we were talking about stuff, it was maybe we're breaking out of this place, and I still think Getzel, you are still not super sure what's happening yet, but it seems like you're down to clown. So that's good too.
I love that for you.
Yeah. And it sounded like we were going to do a little bit of investigating on our own, a little splitting up, seeing if we can't find things? Or do you want to like pair off and go do stuff? Like who makes the first move? Give me something.
Casey just looks at Kyle.
I'm looking for an armory
Okay.
where they have all of our stuff.
Sure. Roll me a bit of investigation.
I would love to. In fact, I'm going to use my nat 20.
Okay, good. So you'll be exceedingly sure of these things. Easily accessible to you are the mess hall, the library, the game room, the music room, the individual rooms and wings of the residence, though really only your hallway is accessible to you. The others are guarded. The gym/sparring wrestling room, the bathing room, the meditation room in a temple, and the garden. Things that seem to be closed off and heavily guarded would seem like there's some kind of barracks, a kitchen that you're not sure if it even exists, and something behind a green door. It says medical.
Aya seems obsessed about this door.
There are 2 guards, both of them identical looking, carrying the same spear, wearing the same clothes, standing on either side of this door. This is the same door that you see those people dragged away and taken through.
Okay.
Getzel will immediately head over to the tree and start breaking out branches to use as clubs or as
Okay.
and just like.
Do you do this conspicuously, or you're just like, man, I just want this branch, or do you try to do it without?
He looks the guards like straight in their face and doesn't break eye contact as he like rips the branch off the tree.
I love that.
Okay. Sure.
Is the tree like near the guards, or is it like what's the layout?
So the courtyard itself is rather large, and the guards don't seem to care about most of what's happening in the middle here. They are at the doors, the entrances to the different portions of the building, which most of them you have access to. They're just positioned there. So you're a good ways away from them, but they do watch you. They do see this happening.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
No one stops you from ripping these trees apart.
Okay, good. I would definitely want to like a thick enough branch to either use either as a club or as a just very long, thin sort of thing that could be sharpened into a spear. Is my character's intention.
Okay. Excellent. Darius, what are you doing?
I think I would like to maybe put my background brain to work a little bit and sort of think like, okay, if this is a well fortified prison of some sort, where would like military tactics and whatnot teach me? Would they keep something like an armory?
Right. So you're with Kaya then.
Yeah.
You're hunting around for an armor
Sure.
of some kind. And
Yeah,
and the
try
thing
and-
is, working together like this, you're not finding one. There is something that seems to be like where the guards come in and out of. There is
Okay.
a room like that.
Okay.
And they all do seem armed, right? And then
Sure.
there's that kind of conspicuous green door labeled medical. And then there's the kitchen that may or may not exist. But
Right.
otherwise, there's not an armory.
Well, kitchens means cutlery, and knives are better than fists, I suppose.
I like the way you think.
It's gonna have to take some improvisation, but I think we can figure something out. I think that's a good place to start.
Let's go to the kitchen.
Get ourselves a little snack.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Get a little snack. So, you guys head towards essentially the mess hall. There's not really a kitchen. All you get is there's this slot and a small window where trays of food are served out of. And it's just behind a stone wall. There doesn't seem to be an access point.
Okay, on second thought, maybe this isn't the move.
Well, they probably have weapons in the barracks, or what could be presumably the barracks.
Sure, they may not be our weapons, but they are weapons.
But
They'll
it will
do for
also
now.
be exactly where they are. It would be the thick of things.
Now, was it this or was it medical that had the two guards posted outside?
They
It
both
was
do.
medical, right?
They both do. They're not going to leave.
Oh,
the
they both
barracks
do.
Just,
Okay,
just
okay.
open. Right. So each of these rooms that I'm stating about is like they're not
Sure.
easily accessible. They are guarded.
Right, got it. Well, all right. Focus our attention on the barracks. 2 guards. 1 for each of us. Are you a spellcaster?
Yes.
Well, all right. I'll take the one on the right and we'll see what we can do.
God, this is gonna be a terrible idea. Kaya is all for it though. She's like, absolutely.
As you make your way over there, the world shifts around you. Shadows swirl. And wherever you are in this building, all of a sudden you are somewhere else. You're on an expansive plain, covered in shadow, darkness, the ruins of a fallen tower in front of you, smoke roiling from the center of a collapsed building. A voice reaches out into each of your heads. I've grown tired of retirement, and truly, seeing you best the magic of the Warden has inspired me. I would love to see how far your power can take you. And out of the shadow and the smoke in front of you steps a creature, large and electric, lightning around its tusks as it moves forward in front of you. I'm going to need everyone to roll me some initiative.
That's not good.
What?
So, thanks for the 69. We have engaged a little bit of chaos. So we're gonna see how that goes.
No. No.
Oh, I forgot. I gotta use these.
Oh.
Can I use the nat 20 on this?
Yes.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Use the things that you want to use.
May I also copy his homework and use the net 20?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't love my 7.
Chat at home. I like. You can give them to me too.
No.
Guys.
No. Listen. No.
Just saying. Oh, and because I actually. This is Gorthok the Thunderboard.
Oh, that's sick.
Aw, he looks so fuzzy.
Isn't he great?
Gorthok.
Gorthok the
Am I
Thunderboard.
able to?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's will
Can I-
actually do like what?
Can I get them as a mount?
Can we be friends?
Can we be
Wait, no pets, Stella.
Please?
This
I,
is
I
unreal.
understand why you're saying no now. It's finally clicking. I'm sorry, Liv. It's gonna happen.
Shit,
Okay.
do we still not have like weapons or armor?
No.
Oh,
As you look
God.
down at your sides, don't worry. Chaos wouldn't leave you alone.
Oh, thank you, Papa.
You have what you had when you died.
I'm dead?
Excuse
We're
me,
dead.
What? Way to bury the lead.
what? Wait. Do we realize that we've died now that we're not in that weird place?
No.
So
Dad?
characters don't know that we've died.
No.
No.
Okay, cool. Just
You just
making
have
sure.
the belongings that you had when you died.
Tight.
So whatever that was, that's what you have.
Cool.
I'm gonna be
It should
real
be
honest,
fine.
y'all.
Guys, it'll be fine. All right, so who am I missing from here? I've got Gorthok the Thunderboard. Skithris, you fixed yours. Let's see, cases, we have a 12.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna add you to the tracker there. Kaya has a 28. That is a plus 11, everyone. That's a plus 11.
I'm always going to go first.
You're so
Unreal.
It's actually sickening. And
Ignore that.
Yeah, see,
Daros
it's not just me.
you wanted to use your natural 20 on that?
Yeah, that would make me a 22.
22.
Thank you, Papa.
Yeah. Absolutely. Chat, now's the good time to hand me a natural 20 so I can
Stop.
meet some of these.
Don't.
Can someone have more than one natural 20 at a time? Yes, they can. All right. Kaya, you go first, obviously.
Yes. Very obviously. So as soon as Kaya realizes what is happening, is it pretty obvious that this entity is violent?
Yeah. Oh, it is crackling, snorting, and stomping forward.
Excellent. Kaya says, now it's time for some fun. She is going to... You see her begin to take a few steps back, purposefully maneuvering herself behind other people. Actually, she's gonna go over here. And she begins to move her hands in a circular motion, and you see trails of light beginning to form at her fingertips, and they glow an iridescent variety of colors. And she lobs something towards the creature and casts Fairy Fire.
Okay. Fairy Fire it is. The smoke dissipates around it, and we watch as the Fairy Fire attempts to take some hold here. What is the saving throw for this?
It is a dex save of 14.
Dex save. All right. And the big radius of this, I'm just assuming it's around him, so we're just gonna say that. Okay. He rolls a 14. And saves
Can I add
from
a...
the Fairy
Oh
Fire.
shit, I can't add anything. Oh man, okay.
That was a
never
saving
mind.
throw. So
Okay.
the Fairy Fire covers him, and then the lightning crackles, and he shrugs it off and is not covered by the Fairy Fire. Is there
Okay.
anything else that you would like to do?
She is going to... See her pull from her hip, and she's holding a gun.
You pull out the blicky? What?
And she points it at the giant crackling bear baby. And that's the end of her turn.
Okay. Absolutely. It just says your name, Rob, instead of Daros. But Daros, what do you want to do?
Hey, it's me. I come in and I flex on him.
Right.
Stella, I just remembered our session 0 that you have gun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she has gun.
I do.
Yeah, all right. So, suppose I'll, Yeah, I guess I just... Anyway, I start swinging. Let's see here. I'm just gonna charge in and heckin' take a...
Give him the
I'm gonna
spice.
do a two-handed swing.
Okay, give him the spice.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, an 11 is not going to be enough to hit as you slam your hammer into the side, into the hide of the boar here, and it just bounces off.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Cool.
Any bonus
Guess that's
actions, sir?
me.
Do you have any bonus action spells or anything you want to do?
No.
Okay. Sounds good. And Stella, I think that actually all went to me. I read the Streamlabs thing there. I now have 4 natural 20s at my disposal. So thank you
Yeah,
everyone for
what did
that.
I say?
need to utilize those This is good. This is fine. Skithris, what would you like to do?
You went near that thing? Seems unadvisable. I'm going to quicken spell. I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at it, followed by a very nice... crap, which one was Shocking Grasp? Right, it was... No, I want Chill Touch. What am I talking about?
Okay.
Chill Touch. I cast those 2 spells. Let's see, where is my... Chaos Bolt? What the...
Chaos Bolt. I
deadass rolled a 9.
That is a 9, sir.
I would like to re-roll the crap out of that.
Okay. Using one of your rerolls here.
Yes.
A 12. A 12 is still not enough to hit as the Chaos Bolt crackles forward. It's a mess of different types of energy, and it slams into Gorthok, the Thunderboar, and just dissipates across him.
Wait, how much did that cost? No, it cost 2. Nothing, everything's fine.
Okay, are you sure?
Sorcerers totally aren't limited by their meta magics and the fact that they only get 3 sorcery points early. Garbage. Anyway, I'm still casting Chill Touch. So
okay.
get chilled on.
You reach out for Chill Touch, and you find that it just takes hold. You watch as the magic of your Chill Touch, so go ahead and roll some damage there, does seem to hit. I mean, Daros, in front of you, you watch as the flesh of the boar starts to necrotize and rot for 8 points of damage. Nice.
By the way, my Chill Touch, for those of you who are curious, is not a hand. It is the skeletal form of a viper's skull, and it bites. That's the necrotic stuff.
That's the necrotic.
And then, like the other fleshy coward, I'm going to run over here, or slither over here.
And you slither away. Bravely slithered
like
away.
Coward. You're damn right. And that's it.
Okay. Well, it is now Gorthok the Thunderboar's turn. Gorthok is going to... we watch as the lightning charges between his tusks here, and he won't even move. He will just shoot lightning directly across the group here, hitting Daros, Casus, and Skithris in the line.
I am curious. Would this be considered a magical effect?
It's an ability. Unfortunately, this is like a Dragonborn using one of their breath weapons.
All right. Is there a dex save or anything?
There is a dex save, so please, Daros, Casus, Skithris, roll me dexterity saving throws.
I rolled a 19, and I'm so worried that this is like nonsense that I'm tempted to use a +2, but I feel like 19 should be fine.
Okay. Anyone want to do any alterations to their rolls here? Are we good? We have a 19, a 12, and a 19.
I'll keep the 19.
I'll keep the
I'm gonna add 2 to it.
Okay. It is a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. So for 4d8
So close.
lightning damage, Daros, you take 16 total points of damage. Casus and Skithris, you will take the 8 points of damage there. Oh yeah, and he's just gonna get into the space. I realize now that Getzel, where's your initiative?
It was 8.
8.
I don't know if it transferred over. Yeah.
No, it did not. I got it. For those of you guys that haven't maybe used this before, if you select your token and then do the rolling, it should automatically populate. I think Getzel, yours is the only one that won't do that with D&D Beyond.
Oh, D&D Beyond? Okay.
Anyways, that's Gorthok the Thunderboar. So, Casus, what do you want to do?
Okay. Okay, 5-foot diameter. I am going to basically, I think right about the, oh man, I'm trying to like actually hit it. I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
I have to do it within 60 feet, and it's gonna be a 5-foot diameter sphere.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just like push the button. Only level 2. That's what I got. Okay.
Where do you want to put it?
I can't actually. I don't think I'm actually able to like touch it and get it to do the loop. But basically, this like middle square between Daros and I. There's like 3 squares.
Yeah, that one right there.
Second one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's where I'm gonna base it. It has to be in an unoccupied space of my choice.
Okay.
And then any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay. So just be aware. Got it.
Yeah.
Does it take any? So it does a dexterity save right when it's cast, correct?
Yes. Or that ends its turn, yeah. So.
Should be at cast. Right? Any creature that ends its turn with. Okay, so it does not do that until then. So he can move away from it. If you ram the sphere into a creature, though, they can make a saving throw against the sphere's damage, and the sphere stops moving this turn. Okay.
Which,
as a bonus action, you can do this right now.
yeah, why not?
You want to do that?
Just kinda
Okay.
Ram it up, yeah.
So you're gonna ram the sphere into the creature. He's gonna make the saving throw. He's gonna fail. He's gonna fail that saving throw.
Love to see it.
Yeah, and so he's gonna take that 7 points of fire damage from you here, right away, as the sphere gets slammed into it and bounces off. Awesome.
And then I'm gonna run. Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
be aware, you are within the actual melee radius of him here. You're within 5 of his range, so he will have an attack of opportunity if you do step away.
Nope. I'm thinking of a different character. I was like, do I? Nope, I don't.
You want to risk it?
Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm risking
Okay.
the biscuit. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
leave.
He's going to try and hit you with his thunder hooves.
So cool, so cute, so funky, so fresh.
He rolls a 13. He's gonna miss. Fortunately, he misses with thunder hooves. They do a lot of damage. Okay. Cases, that is action, bonus action, and some of your movement. Are you good to go?
I did a little 15, 20. I'm out.
All right.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, absolutely. Getzel, Gorthok the Thunderboar stands in front of you, crackling fury. What do you want to
Okay.
do?
He'll just like laugh in response and be like, "You'll make a great codpiece!" As he like takes out he has his shield and his spear and just like rushes in to him. Hopefully, I'll do good on this. So I think I have a that's a 12. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my
Hit that with the reroll? Absolutely.
Yeah. And
19.
yes. So I'll keep that 19.
Okay.
And I did say I had a shield and spear, so it'll be a 1d6 plus 3.
You should be able to just click the spear in the Roll20 chat. Yeah, and it pops up there. So for the one hand, it'll be rolling. Okay, 7 points of damage as you slam the spear into Gorthok the Thunderboar, and he roars out in pain.
Can I use my +2 on this, or is it only on?
+2 is just on rolls, not on damage.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Good. Anything else, sir? You have bonus action and movement. You can like move around him if you want to move around him, or anything else.
Nah, I'll stay here. Well, let me see here. I'll shimmy over here. That way you can't like get over to the tall spellcaster.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. It's like, I'm gonna step into the way here. So, Kaya, the Dark Tide, can do what they're born to do. It is now your turn.
Okay, so Kaya is just like, shakes her fingers, and you see a few of those sparkles, they flake off. She says, let's try this one more time. And she's gonna cast Fairy Fire again. So that's gonna be a DC 14 Dex save.
I'm assuming you're placing it in a place that does not affect Daros or Getzel, correct?
Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll roll for this. Just give me the thing. He rolls a 4. Yeah, absolutely. He is now marked by the Fairy Fire.
Yeah, so you see this like iridescent powder-like substance beginning to cling to his fur, and it forms a sort of glowing outline around him, illuminating him. And it will give everyone who attacks him advantage. And then 5, 10. She's gonna move like here. Can I stand there?
Yeah, absolutely. That's you're just in the shadow of this pillar.
Ah.
And you like look up to the sky. You're in this like you're literally on a shadow plane.
I'm gonna-
There's just this white ball of light that creates any of the light in the zone.
Fantastic. You see her just sort of ducking behind this pillar here. And that will be my turn.
Excellent. Daros, what do you want to do? There's a ball of fire there that you might not want to run into, but otherwise,
Oh yeah. Am I safe where I am from that?
you are indeed safe.
Okay, cool.
Unless Cases decides to run it into you. Either
Oh
way.
no, please don't. So I think after the lightning hit him, the composure, the mostly composed Daros, visibly shaken by taking a fat 16, maybe gets this dark glint in his eye, and he says, "Your attention's on me!" And he swings for an inflict wounds, please.
He swings for an inflict wounds at a 17. Yes, that does indeed hit.
It's not a great roll though on the necrotic damage there.
It's a lower roll than necrotic damage, but he does take 8 total points of damage here. Okay.
And I think I'm gonna pull out my shield.
Okay.
I feel like that would be wise.
What does that make your AC when you have your shield?
18 total.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Movement or bonus action?
I think I'm good where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Skithrus, you have slithered away. The boar thankfully did not chase you. What do you want to do?
Well, seeing the lightning that this monstrosity can put out, I'm going to try and make it so that there's not really good lines. That said, I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
Zip, zip, zippy, zap.
It's an 8, sir.
We have advantage. It's the 14.
It's a fairy fire.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
But I would like to use one of my +2s.
Okay.
On the 14, not the 8.
Yes, correct. On the 14, you do roll your extra +2. That is a 16 to hit. The Chaos Bolt does hit. Go ahead and roll.
Oh crap! I don't know how to do that at extra level thing.
So it'll pull up an extra, so when you click Chaos Bolt, it'll prompt you with what level.
Oh, snap!
Yeah. Oh my god, higher level. 20 total points worth of damage. We read the first of the D8s. It's either force damage or lightning damage. Which one would you like to deal?
I'm gonna go with force damage. I have this weird feeling that lightning's not exactly the best idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense. So it does 20 points of force damage as it explodes into Gorthok the Thunderboar. Yeah, absolutely.
Eat shit, ugly.
Yeah, and it tears him open, right? It's a ton of damage here. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Gorthok the Thunderboar is going to see if he gets his lightning back. He does not, and he's going to Lightning Tusk for Getzel, and he's going to Thunder Hoof for Daros.
Oh, wait. Is it at the start of his turn that he takes fire damage, or the start of the flame's turn?
At the start of his turn. So he's gonna, I mean, he has to roll a save. He's still gonna do these attacks. He's not gonna not do that. What he is going to do, though, is I'm gonna use one of those natural 20s on the dexterity saving throw to reduce his damage. So you can go ahead and roll that, Cases. And then I'm going to use one of these natural 20s for Getzel. The tusks are coming. Yes.
Just because I have a 19 AC?
Yes. Don't worry, the Thunder Hooves were also a 19. So, everyone's getting hit today. The Lightning Tusks.
Damage.
So he takes 1? Oh gosh. Okay.
Disgusting.
Oh. Best case scenario for Gorthok the Thunderboar. It is going to be, 17 slashing damage and 16 lightning for the natural 20 on the tusks. Yeah, it's a ton. The hoofs will do 11 bludgeoning damage and 3 thunder damage as he kicks back into you, Daros. Getzel, how you looking?
I am down. I think it's half orcs that have the relentless endurance.
Wait, regular orcs don't have a relentless?
No,
Nope.
It's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. Orcs can move their whole entire movement in their bonus action, so that's like.
Oh, you have aggressive, but you don't have.
Relentless, yeah. So I am
relentless.
down. Yeah.
You're down. And our first player to achieve the snail of downed, Getzel. We watch as he takes the tusks directly to the chest there. Casus, what do you want to do?
Okay, well, Of course it is. Of course it is. Daros, bud, how you feeling?
Like a sack of shit. How you
Okay.
doing?
Okay. Oh no. Oh.
I'm at a 1.
I don't think I can get to you.
It's all good. I
Okay.
did this to myself.
No. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Sir, we're not doing that. Okay. I'm going to cast Healing Word. Barely anything, but I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Daros because I just need to be able to see him within 60 feet. So
Yes, absolutely.
can I upcast it?
Do you yell anything to him as you heal him from across the field?
I'm trying to think. I literally just like, are you good? What's going on? Are you okay? Okay, that's 5.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I do.
5. A breath. A little bit extra. So that was Healing Word, right? Do you want to do anything with your action?
I mean, I don't think I really can at this point.
Do you have a ranged cantrip of some kind?
Well, oh nope, non-magical flame. That's not gonna work.
You gonna throw a spoon at him? So you have
Okay.
a spoon in your pocket?
I'm gonna actually step forward a few feet,
Okay.
so I'm within 30 feet. I'm gonna cast Infestation because that's a cantrip and it's an action.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that. What does that do?
Oh, here, let me. There you go. I put it in the
Cloud
chat.
of mites, fleas, and other parasites appear momentarily on one creature you see within range. Succeed on a con save or take 1d6 poison damage and move 5 feet in a random direction. Huh. Okay. Doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, but he starts to run. What cloud of parasites do you summon?
Ooh, like a cloud of moths.
Okay, a cloud of moths that cause
Which is actually like a lot. I actually
poison
don't
damage,
like moths.
right? So maybe they have like poisonous spores in their wings.
Yeah.
I'm imagining
It's
Venomoth from
Yeah.
Pokemon, and just a lot of them, just like around Gorthok the Thunderboar, causing him to run in a direction that, if he can run into it, roll me a d4 for the direction.
Yeah. Let's see. Fun fact. Oh, that's gonna be
South.
south.
It's gonna run over Getzel.
Oh no.
I'm so
Moves 5
sorry.
feet and now stands over Getzel's body.
And closer to Kaya. Oop.
Okay, but it does do a d6 worth of damage, so go ahead and roll me that too, because he does fail. He rolls a 9 on his con save.
1.
1! Yes. All right. It is a cantrip. We can't complain too
Yeah,
much
that's
about it,
true.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Cantrips can only get you so far. Fun fact, I absolutely hate moths because as a kid, one of them got stuck between my glasses.
That's terrifying.
It was not fun. They're pretty though. Moths are actually really pretty, but like over there.
All right, Casus, anything else?
No, because I can't use my bonus action. I don't even know if my sphere is still up because I think that's concentration.
You are fine on the concentration because you have not cast another concentration spell.
Oh, okay.
And you have not gotten hit since casting it, so you're still maintaining that concentration. You can cast as many other spells as you would like as long as they're not concentration.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Getzel, I need a death saving throw. You have a +2 somewhere in there in case you need it. Won't matter now. That's one failure.
3.
For our orc boy. Someone help him. Okay. Kaya, what do you want to do?
Kaya says, fuck. I need him back on his feet. I have a question.
Yes.
So if I were to run up and so that'd be 5, 10, 15 feet to move here. Could I use the rest of my movement to like drag him like away? Could I throw him on the other side of me?
I would say that you could like make a shove action to like move him to the other side of you, right? Like you pull and move him. If you
So that would
move
be an action?
your movement back, like if you want to drag him away rather than throwing him, Gorthok will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
But you can do that. You can drag him away.
So I basically don't want to heal him when he's like literally right in front of me and like Gorthok's gonna just hit him anyway. Like I feel like that's not smart. You know what? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Instead of running up, Kaya is gonna cast another spell. She begins to cast the spell, and you see her pulling components out of her pouch, and she smears a sort of viscous fluid between her fingertips, and she says, "Another pig had to die for this. I just want you to know that." And she'll cast grease.
Okay.
And she is gonna try to put it down so that it'll only get.
What's the range or radius of grease? I think grease is one of the ones I don't have.
10-foot square.
10-foot square?
Centered on a point within 60 feet.
Okay, so like you just want to like pick a point somewhere
So like
underneath his
here-ish, right? Yeah, like that's.
So it's
that's
just like
good.
it's under. You put it underneath his back hoof, right? Because he's huge, right? So you just like you pick that
Yeah.
spot and then hope it does the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is not a concentration spell, so I still have Fairy Fire active.
Yes.
So that's a, let's see, creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Fall prone.
Rolls a natural 1 and falls prone on top of Gorth or on top of Getzel. His body is now on top of Getzel. It's probably fine. It's probably fine, right?
Yeah.
But he's prone in the grease.
It's like
now.
a weighted blanket. It's like
Yeah.
a weighted blanket. Yeah.
A very, very, very weak.
Just getting a little squished.
He's very fuzzy.
Yeah. Okay. Kaya, anything else?
That's gonna be it for me.
This,
Yes.
I'm very sorry. This gives a new meaning to the phrase "pig in a blanket."
Oh, pig is a blanket. Daros, what do you want to do? Murder pig is a blanket now.
I love it. It actually changes my strategy here, so I guess I'm just gonna take advantage of this situation. Yeah, still pretty angy. Gonna swing with the warhammer.
Absolutely.
Oh my freaking lord, these rolls, dude.
So, hold on.
Yeah.
As you like miss, there's like
Yeah.
a sudden jolt. Kaya's gonna say, "Let's try that one more time." She'll cast Chronal Shift. I use my reaction, and you re-roll that.
Time
Oh.
magic. Time magic.
Now she
Doctor
has a
Strange,
Glock.
is that you?
She just pulled her hand
She
into
also
the
have
future.
gun.
Yeah, she also has a gun.
Good.
Has not.
So I
she hasn't
just
shot it yet.
re-roll.
I'm trying
Yes,
to
you just
save
roll it
them.
again.
All right.
You still have advantage too, because he's on the ground and marked with fairy fire. So that is a 23 to hit, which
23.
does hit for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Yes.
I'd like to add my divine smite to it, please.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wait, why? Oh, did I need to? Okay, I needed
got
to
it.
roll it with divine smite on.
No, it's
which
fine.
is-
You can just click the damage
Yeah.
number and it'll go. So 12 total points of damage. What does your smite look like?
Oh man. So I think. All right. So it doesn't look right, is the best way I can put it. It doesn't look as though it comes from any sort of divine magic that is, like, there's something impure about it. Like, typically you think radiant damage, you think this holy light that sort of fills you with this warmth and this safety and whatever. And it feels like it had that quality at some point, but it's sort of crackling with this like unsettling negative energy to it. Like, I shouldn't be using this power. Maybe it's stolen, maybe it's, I don't know, broken. Who knows? Maybe I'm just dead or something. I don't know. But yeah, so it's like a sickly radiance is, I guess, the best way I can put it. Maybe with a tinge of necrosis.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You hit him for 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
Our friend Gorthok ain't looking so hot here. He's still on the ground too. So,
here's what I'm gonna do. Can I pass through the fireball?
you would end up rolling a dexterity saving throw and taking any of the damage that you.
Got it. Okay, I thought it was that I couldn't end my turn there.
You can't walk into the fire. You know, it seems a little.
Can I clamber above the?
I would call him difficult terrain.
Can I ride the boar?
Would you like to?
No.
Would you like to try?
Would you like to ride the lightning?
Shut up.
Wait, find a white symbol on it and then plunge your sword into it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've heard that works.
Yeah.
That's a game reference.
Indeed.
Yeah, a game that I've never played.
Oh man. Well, since he's prone, I won't take an attack of opportunity, will I?
He would be made at disadvantage. Like he'd try to like kick out at you with a hoof.
Yeah, but I
But-
still feel like he'd hit me. I have no good way to get to you, or else I would try to get to you. Unfortunate.
All good. No worries.
All right. Just know I thought about it.
Okay.
The thought that counts.
Daros, good to go?
Yeah, I'm good.
Skithris.
This is a problem because technically I have disadvantage with ranged attacks
Yes.
against prone.
No, it's
creatures.
normal.
But it's normal because of the marking of.
I still think it's weird that this giant boar has like some sort of power over
It's
the fact
fine.
I'm throwing things at him. Anyway, since I don't have advantage, I will just do a normal level 1 casting of Chaos Bolt. Shut up.
He likes the Chaos Bolt. I like it. Okay. It'd be a 15 to hit.
I don't remember if it was 15 that worked or if it was 16. I'm going to.
Remember,
I'm gonna use-
you might as well use them. You lose them after the game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm just gonna use the +2.
Okay. Yeah. It does hit. Go ahead and roll me Chaos Bolt damage.
17, damn.
17.
Woo!
7, 6, and 4, yeah.
17. 7 is psychic damage. 6 is poison.
I'll do psychic damage because it's. Nah, I'll stick to my theme and do poison. I'm a snack.
Okay. And you deal 17 points of poison damage. That's a lot of poison damage.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like.
More than I did.
I'm just gonna be a coward and just like go behind this pillar.
Mhm.
That's my turn. I'm just a cowardly lion.
This world fades away around you.
What?
That voice comes back in. Oh, good show, though! Well done! I'm sure this won't be the last time that we see each other. Have fun breaking out of prison!
Wait, you're sending us back?
And you all end up right back where you were before you were dragged in. Where we find Daros and Kaya in front of the guards, trying to decide who's taking who.
I think I start
talking again as though I never stopped. I'll take the one on the. Wait. Dude, it happened again. Dude, we lost time.
You felt
it too, right?
I think we should make this quick.
DM.
Yes.
Mechanically, did we expend spell slots in this?
No.
Really?
You also have none of the things that you just had.
Yeah, but Daddy's got his spells.
Oh, thank God, I ran out of spells.
Don't worry, there'll be more to use them on eventually.
Oh wait, do I have my hit points back?
Yes.
Yay! I'm alive.
Yeah, Getzel goes from being dead, and then you're back and you're like yanking on a tree.
Dude, death has no consequence. This is what you've taught me. I'm just gonna
If you
run
die in the game, you don't die for real.
Well,
Yeah.
specific circumstances, maybe.
Yeah, so in response to Kaya saying that we better make this quick, well, follow my lead then. And I'm going to make a melee spell attack against guard number 1.
Okay, yeah, what do you do?
I'm reaching out with inflict wounds.
Okay, yeah, roll it. Do the thing.
Ooh,
Yeah, and 18, it does 18 points of damage. You reach out and you expect to feel flesh. And you hold on and it feels wooden. The necrotic damage does all the same, but you watch as a puppet turns black and necrotized and then falls apart in front of you. The other one next to you that you did not handle with this specific touch obviously lowers its spear and says, "Hey, watch what you're doing."
I think we were trying to coordinate, like,
yes, that was
So,
supposed
Kaya,
to happen
this
at
is
the
your,
same
like-
time. Sorry.
Your moment. What do you do?
okay. I see what's happening now. Yeah, so you see Kaya just, like, all of a sudden just start to hurl forward motes of power. She's gonna cast Magic Missile at level 2.
Okay.
And can I?
No, you just click it 3 more times.
Sorry.
Just take all of it. be
I know
5.
how to do this, I think.
Okay.
And as you see these, like, motes of power surge forward, they take the shape of daggers. So these sort of iridescent spectral daggers lunge forward and stab.
Yeah.
3 times.
And stab. Yeah, it's plenty. And we hear it and they hit, and it sounds like knives hitting wood. It's like thunk, thunk, thunk. And it falls apart. Like pieces of a marionette just becoming unhinged. The spear clatters to the ground next to the other.
This feels too easy.
There's only one way from here, and that's forward. She'll pick up the spear and do a little twirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll also pick up the other one. And I guess we enter the door.
You know conspicuously there is a key on one of their belts that you could pick up and then open the door. They did not just leave it unlocked, but you
I guess
killed
we
them?
open the door with the key.
So you open the door, and inside there's a rack of spears kind of just sitting near the door. And you walk in and it's dark. No light, no windows, just hard stone. And hanging from strings, every 5 feet, is another one of these guards. Motionless.
pardon the pun, but somebody must be pulling the strings.
I do not like this.
No, it means that somebody's watching us.
Whoever our enemy is, they have many, many resources.
Is there anything else in this room of note?
Roll me an investigation, and while you two take a look, we'll go see what Casus is doing. Casus, how have you been spending your time?
It's a good question because I was trying to figure out what I was doing, and then we fought a boar.
And you fought a boar, and then you come back, and now you're doing whatever that thing was.
You want a branch?
I got a stick.
I actually do think that I stayed outside since I think Casus is just gonna stare and Getzel just like pulling on this branch, blink and unceremoniously turn around and like walk off and away. Not too far because she feels like she has a responsibility to keep an eye on these two.
Okay.
But you mentioned that there's like these fences, or not these fences, like these tall walls, right?
Yeah, so in the courtyard itself, it's literally the building.
Okay, yeah.
The building is multiple stories, and it creates the wall for the courtyard itself.
Okay, then never mind about that.
Getzel will pull off like 3 branches for each one of his homies.
Yeah, absolutely.
His homies.
Yeah, do you like trim them down a little bit with the twigs and whatever? And make sure they're all,
to like
really solid.
If I can make spears, and I'll make spears, but if not, then I'll just do clubs, like crude clubs.
You don't have like a knife or anything to like sharpen them. I mean, you can get some sharp sticks and hope for the best, but
club then, definitely club.
Okay.
I think like there's one that's just like particularly long, and not even because it's obviously a branch, but it's just long and thin. And I think like you have it in your hand, gonna do something else with it, in case it's just like walks over and snatches it out, and kind of like weighs it in her hands. And it's like, okay, close enough, because it feels familiar in a way, kind of like a quarterstaff. So that's at least one weapon down for us. But I think, God, I wish I had useful spells. I think.
And I kind of look over to the guards that are like in the like area. I'm like, all right, so do you want me to like attack them first and you like try to get them from behind, or should we try to strangle them with like vines or something, or like?
I think we should wait for. Do I still not know Kaya's name?
No.
The tall one, the intense one. I think we should just like wait for her to figure out what she wants us to do. But
Sure, sounds good. I'll start grabbing rocks that we can throw it at people, and then he starts like,
Getzel, are you the waiting type? Like, is this is something you're cool with? Just like, yeah.
Well, yeah, he'll go in really quick to the pond and then like shoo away the ducks, and then like try to get the pond.
Start like splashing around in the stones.
Exactly.
Pick up a big rock.
Like
she like watches you and finally sighs and is like, yeah, you know what? You seem like a very capable person. If you think you can knock all of them out, go ahead.
okay, and then he'll like do I at least get like one rock?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pond with
Okay.
rocks. Yeah. There's also the skipping stones. You could just pick up one of those if you wanted.
Perfect. Okay, good. And he goes like, all right, you guys, it is are they both over here?
Who?
Is it sorry, his name isn't on the Zoom chat.
Oh,
the
Arrows?
Yancy?
Oh, Skithers? No.
No,
Skithers?
Skithers
Okay.
went elsewhere, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, very perfect. Then I'll be like, all right, I'll go and see how I do, and if it looks like I need backup, just like just stab him, hit him with something, whatever you got to do, and then be like, all right, be right back, as he like just trots over, and it's kind of like that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where they're like, what's that guy doing over there? And he's just like running full blown like towards them. That's exactly what Quetzal's doing, because he's got his full movement, which is 30 feet, and then he's got aggressive, which is like, so it turns 60 feet to like just head over to them, just be like, ah! Oh yeah.
Yeah, Casus definitely has a thought of like, I could no, and it's just gonna watch Getzel single-handedly take them all out.
Potentially.
Getzel, you start running that direction, and Chaos is back apparently. So.
Oh God!
What?
All right.
Wait, what?
Excuse me.
Another?
The ground you run
Thank you.
across cracks and opens, and you begin to fall. And Quetzal just start falling all the way down into an endless darkness.
Witchcraft! As he yells.
And you hear a voice, well, it seems like I didn't have enough of you the first time. And you went down so soon. So disappointingly easy. So how about some one-on-one combat with a champion of mine? That seems to be a rather good way to do this, I think. And you get, boom, slam into the ground. Again, back in the shadow plane. Alone this time. On the expanse. Looking around. Waiting for whatever might be coming out. And you see that shadowy form. And a man walks out. Who was Getzel's biggest challenge when he was alive?
I think it was. Let's call him Gorja, we'll say.
Sure.
And from a rival clan who was like also a very capable warrior that we always had stalemates but never actually like beat.
Absolutely. And you see him, and this is when you remember, right? This memory comes back, you see him, you recognize him, and you remember that fight. Gorja's back and marching towards you. Great axe in hand and ready to fight.
Do I have my gear? Or is
You
it?
have all of the gear you had when you died.
Okay. You're going down, nerd. As,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, roll me initiative, I guess. And Gorja is
16 for my initiative.
nice.
Oh, sorry, I meant to
Love
do
it.
it on roll 20.
No. This is good. I know who Gorja is already. This is great. Didn't know who Gorja was gonna be, but now I know.
What is this? Okay, never mind. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
He's heavily armored and carrying this great axe. So 16 on the initiative. Go ahead and add you. Hey, look. Gorja's there now. That's fun. And he is going to roll his initiative too, and we're going to see how this pans out. He rolls a 4.
I mean, he's a nerd.
He is a nerd, it seems. So, boom. So what do you want to do? You go first. Quetzal, he marches towards you.
He has a shield and spear in hand, and then heads over. Like, despite his words, he has full respect as a warrior for him, and then he'll just like move forward and begin to thrust his spear, trying to seek purchase.
Trying to do the thing. Absolutely.
I don't know if 16 is gonna hit, so I'm gonna use one of my +2s to make it an 18.
You find your way past the shield. You dip your spear over it, and you find purchase against him there. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Okay. And that is going to be 6 damage, it looks like.
6 total points of damage, yeah. And you strike him. He looks up and looks you in the eyes. I will find victory on the battlefield today, Getzel. You won't beat me twice. And yeah, he's gonna utilize his big ass axe and attempt to hit you with it. Fortunately, you're back at full health. Otherwise, that would be really awful.
Come at me, nerd. Yeah.
He rolls a 7, so he's gonna miss the first swing here. And I think he looks at you, and his eyes narrow and goes, and I will make sure of it this time. We're both dead, and there is no honor here. It's going to summon a spiritual weapon as a spear behind you.
Nerd and a cheater.
That one's gonna hit. It hits for 2 points of damage.
Okay.
As this spear made of force ends up behind you. Okay.
Perfect.
It's back to you. How do you want to handle him?
He'll like spit up a little bit of blood and be like, coward, as he then uses his spear. So I'll use another +2.
Okay, yeah.
May
you
as well
find
use it.
purchase again, yeah.
And he's gonna roll his damage, which is gonna be a 7.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, making a lot of good headway against.
You know what? He's gonna actually use an action surge to
do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll again.
You do have a nat 20 in your pocket, by the way. I don't know if you saw that from previous when you went down.
Let me see here. 17. You know what? I will go ahead and use the +2 for this one, just in case. I don't even know what. I feel like it's 16 or 17 or 18. So, I was actually 17.
You used 2 +2s. I don't think you have any remaining, do you? Or
Oh,
do
I
you
don't have any? Okay. That works. Perfect. Then, I'll keep the 17 to see if the 17 hits.
Keep the 17. The 17 just hits.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. And you
All
find you find Mark again.
And then 6 damage.
6 total. Yeah. God, you're doing work against this guy. Fortunately, these fights go relatively quickly when everyone hits really hard. So, yeah. And he's going to try and do this again. He's spitting up blood, right? He's been punctured multiple times by this spear. And he's going to swing out with the great axe one more time. Rolls a 9. He's going to miss horribly. He's going to try to spiritual weapon again. That's a 22. That'll hit for 7.
That will hit.
So he's got that. Yeah. Maybe he's got you distracted on the front here. Yeah, okay.
Now I will use a natural 20. That way I can go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
And then is it double damage? Does
Double
that tell you?
die.
Double die? Okay.
Double the die. Yeah, so if
Or
you want to
double die,
just
yeah.
click the spear from previous and just click it twice. We'll take 2 of those.
Okay,
Yeah, so 14
so-
total points. Or is that?
Oh, 14?
1?
Okay.
No,
I got
the way that it
7.
does the totals is interesting. But yes, 7 and 5
Yeah.
for 12 total points of damage. And he very quickly is looking very rough.
I just like smile at him and I'm like, without even witchcraft. And then he just kind of like does a Bruce Lee like thumb flick. Yeah.
The blessings of the chat have given me a natural 20.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys. That worked out great for me last time.
And he slams you for 16 points of slashing damage as the axe hits. Spiritual weapon follows quickly behind as an 18 to hit.
It does not with my 19.
19?
AC.
Oh, God. Yeah, so you get the shield around in time as the axe is in your side and block the spectral spear from behind you. Okay. Yeah. How you doing, bud? Feeling okay?
You know what? We've had better days. We've had better days. So I'm gonna first roll. That'll be a 9, so that's not gonna hit at all. But I will use a bonus action to do second wind.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
To regain my hit points. And got some health back.
He's gonna miss both of the next attacks. Just flat out misses them.
Thank the gods. And
You've also been blessed with another +2. Cool.
that's the same me as I get an 8. And That is my turn.
10 and 17. He continues to miss. This is now the battle of misses.
Stalemate again.
Get him.
I look into his dreamy eyes and be like, "You sexually confuse me." As
That night just shared.
They're just
I thought we had
flexing at each
something.
other.
And you
Yeah,
roll a
right.
natural
So,
20 as you stab it with a spear.
yes, I'm a champion fighter, so that means that a 19 and 20 I get crit. So
Okay.
that'll be double damage. So that's 5 and 7. So another 12. Yeah.
This is the second time that you've bested him. How do you kill him this time?
Perfect. So once I see that opening, I just see his throat exposed, and I just like pull back my spear, and then I just shove it through and just skewer him through the throat. And yeah.
Nice. And you win again. As the shadows take you once again, and you start falling upwards and upwards and upwards, the voice comes back and says, "Well, that was much better done. I appreciate all of the entertainment that you and your friends have given me today. But I would be careful. There is much more than meets the eye in that place." And we find you back up top, stone overhead, about to try and take out one of these guards.
Perfect. Then he'll just be like, and then just like continue his stride over, and then he'll just go to attack the guards.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just gonna be an athletics check from you, with the stone there. So you go to like one of the doors, right? And I guess there's just a guard in front of this door here. 21 absolutely hits. It'll be a D4 plus your strength modifier.
D4, which is let's go ahead and 2, so 5 damage.
5 total points of damage. Yeah, crumples. And you note now, like as you hit, it doesn't feel like the squish of flesh that you're normally ready for when you hurt something. It sounds like stone on wood. And the puppet falls apart. Spear clattering to the ground against the stone wall. And it's dead?
He'll like, is there a second guard or is it just one guard?
There's just one. So you guys
Okay.
are out in the courtyard. So there's 5 doors, and there's one guard next to each of the doors.
Okay, I'll like lift up the shattered remains of the guard to Cassis and be like, "I think I did it," and then he like just like waves to her, and then I'll
You just get like body pieces, right?
yeah, exactly. And then I'll be like, this is weird. And then he just kind of like stops and thinks and just kind of like dwells upon it as he waits for his companion to come over.
Yeah, Cases, what do you do?
I see that it's wood, right?
As you approach, yes. Like, it looks like
Yeah.
body pieces until you get over there, and then you're like, oh, it's wood.
Okay. And how many other like guards? You said 5?
There are 4 remaining. And you would
4
note,
remaining?
as you look around, they've all lowered their spear in a very similar fashion, and simultaneously say, "Hey, you there! Stop what you're doing!"
I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
And
Just
I'm
like
just
at the
gonna
next one over and you're just
send
like-
the sphere.
I'm just gonna go get them. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm gonna send the sphere like hurtling through all of them.
Yeah, and they come
They're
like
wood.
rushing closer
Yeah.
to you, right? They have no regard for their own safety. They're puppets. They don't have anything. The sphere bowls them over in a line. I don't think there's any need to roll damage. They're made of wood. They all catch on fire and begin to burn in front of you.
Can I get their spears?
You want to like salvage some of them? Yeah,
Be like,
absolutely.
hell yeah, dog. And then, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I've got all these spears now. Yeah, you have 5 spears, I guess?
Oh, that gets rid of one problem, I guess. We should go find the others.
Sure. As he has all of his spears and
You're
just kind of like, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
As you go trotting off to find out where they went, Skithers, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
So, because I didn't know the exact plan of what we were planning on, doing to get out, I was like, well, I did hear something about waiting until nighttime. So I'll head back to the bedchamber area.
Okay, so back to your room.
Right. There's a guard outside this section
Yes.
of rooms, right?
Where it
Is there
says
just
like
one?
2E on it there. There's just one, yeah.
Cool. So I'll do a weird, like, kind of greeting to the guy, like, with my left hand. I'll be like, what does it do?
It nods and says, Citizen.
Okay. Crap. This is actually very important. Is it on? So if I'm looking at the door,
Mhm.
is it on my left or on my right?
Right.
Thank you.
Sure.
So I technically this isn't the best spell to have, but it's so flavorful, and I think it's cool. So I essentially am walking by him, and right as I get to a point where I feel like I have essentially the most torsional leverage here, I am going to. This is one of the wand things I was practicing. Essentially, I do this. I say agony, and as I draw out my arm, a blade essentially stitches itself together from pure darkness, and I slash the guard right in the chest with a blade of pure night. It's so cool.
That is very neat. Roll for it.
It doesn't even have the stupid thing. Wait,
Look at this stupid
really?
thing.
It's not in my attacks. I'll have to figure out.
Oh, how did that happen?
I don't know.
Weave together Shadow Blade. Magic Sword lasts until the spell ends. Concentration up to 1 minute. Oh.
I'll have
you
to
need
just,
a
like,
Shadow Blade.
I'll just have to put a thing in there for it.
Sure.
It would be dagger. So I guess it would just be this. So I'll just click. I'll click the dagger.
Yeah,
thing
absolutely.
for
And we'll
right
just
now,
roll the
'cause that's
damage
same
for it
plus.
whenever it happens, right?
Yeah.
So 15 here. Yeah, it absolutely hits. You hit the
Cool.
puppet creature with your Shadow Blade.
It's so cool. Wow.
And I think this is the first one that doesn't immediately collapse on impact.
It only did.
3 points of damage, and it slices across, and he lowers the spear and goes, "Hey, you there! Stop what you're doing!" And this is the first time that any of these has ever had a chance to make a counterattack of any kind. And you know what? I have one more nat 20
Oh.
for today.
You wouldn't.
I absolutely would. This guard is gonna roll a nat 20 on its two-handed spear attack. So 7. Oh, okay. So it'll be 7 plus 5. So it does 12 points of damage as the spear sinks into you.
I kind of was hoping that it would one-shot me, so I could use Strength of the Grave just to just to be even creepier.
It
but
does
we'll
not,
save the
but
creepy.
it does
we'll
that.
Save the creepy.
And then it begins to shout out, "I need assistance! I need assistance!"
No, you don't. Let's see.
You got a Shadow Blade out still.
I know. Yeah, screw it. I got the Shadow Blade's cool. I'm gonna try to hit him again.
Absolutely. Okay.
Nobody. Hey, anybody in the chat want to give me a real quick reroll? No. Okay. Oh, wait. Please tell me that's not just on ranged. If you make an attack roll. Wait. That's for a spell.
This
Damn,
is not
this
a
is-
spell.
this is not a
Can we
spell.
give our goodies
Do you
away?
wanna-
'Cause I
do you wanna
haven't
give it
used
away?
any of mine.
Do you want to give one away?
I have 2 plus 2s and a reroll.
You want to
I'll
give
take
him
the
the reroll?
reroll.
There you go.
Okay.
That's great. Thank you very much. Hey, it's 15.
15. Roll the damage.
All right, just gonna go ahead and slap, ka-chapel, all that good stuff. I rolled a 9.
Yeah. And this one, as it
Which
comes
one?
across, it's, I need assistance! I need assistance! The spear just like still out and in your body. You slash through it and it collapses into a heap of wood.
There's a door, like, on this hallway, right?
The door you're standing in front of, yes.
Yeah, okay. Does it have a keyhole on the inside?
Yes.
Cool, I'm gonna pick up the keys. I'm gonna unlock myself in.
You're gonna lock yourself into your like bedroom hallway?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, no. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points to cast darkness upon my hallway. Because fun fact, if I use my sorcery points to do it, I can see through the darkness. No one else can. So I'm using darkness there. Hey! I want to use my cool things.
So you summon an impenetrable globe of darkness that now no one can see in and or out of at the doorway where the puppet body is. All right, and you walk into the room. Kaya?
I mean, yeah,
Eros?
essentially at this point, I'm looking out to see if any other guards come, and I would be preparing to bolt them.
So looking out through the globe of darkness?
So for the hallway, right where that door was,
Yeah.
I put darkness,
Yes.
and I would be just behind it,
Okay.
looking through it. I can no. Eyes of the Dark is one of my shadow sorcerer abilities, where once I reach level 3, I can use 2 sorcery points, cast darkness, and when I use it that way, I can see through it.
Didn't know that part. So
Yeah.
now I know.
Yeah.
So you stare down the hallway and wait to see if there's any guards coming.
Oh, as I like wrap my wound.
Yeah, you're like, oh, by the way, I got stabbed really badly. I should probably figure out what to do about that. Kaya, Daros, what are you doing? You've been in the barracks. You were doing some digging.
So I rolled a natural 1 on my investigation,
Perfect.
but then we had chaos shit. So I'm gonna lucky and re-roll that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nat
21.
20. Okay. You start moving through the room, and you know when you got in here, the room did seem abnormally large. It goes on and on and on. And you realize that you can't see the back wall at all, and you continue walking and still can't see it. Investigating the puppet-like bodies, again hanging from these strings, they each look the exact same. They each have the same uniform on. They each carry the same set of keys.
This should and it feels like whatever power takes control of this area, it's a limitless supply of these puppets.
So it would seem.
It doesn't make any sense. Then who is there anything above us?
Yeah, it would just be like a ceiling. They're hanging from these wooden beams.
But like there's an end to the ceiling, like I can physically see the ceiling.
You can see the
Okay.
ceiling.
I don't think our answer lies here.
I want to see something. This could be a terrible idea.
I'm game. I'm fresh out.
It's like, even though there's like a lot of spears in this room, the one that Kaya had picked up, she just like expectantly holds it out to you. Can you hold this?
Yes.
Good. She walks over to one of the hanging puppet guard things, and she's going to very lightly tap her forehead, and then she's going to cast Burning Hands on one of the guards.
It's a 15-foot cone.
Just kidding. She's going to angle herself so that she can hit as many as she can and cast Burning Hands.
Yeah, roll it. They obviously can't save. They're not moving.
Oh, I love that. 3d6.
Yeah, 10 points of damage across all of them, and they go up in flames, right? They're made of wood, and they torch in front of you here. We'll call it 5 in the cone that you're in. And they burn and fall apart. With whatever was holding them together, including the strings to the ceiling, fall. They
Okay.
clatter to the ground.
Do any of them, like, do they respond? Like, do they rise? Do they seem to activate at all?
Do not.
Is there any movement from the other ones that are unscathed?
There is. The ones that are behind them shift forward. Immediately and suddenly, as if they were always there.
Once they come forward, do they stop moving?
And they fill the same places of the ones that you just burned.
I know exactly what this is. We're in a loop of some kind.
And this is an unlimited source of those things.
We will not find our answer in this room. We should move on.
All right.
As you move back to the front door of where you would come in here, you would note that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the puppets, their strings, as if cut, drop to the ground, move, grab spears, and walk out the door. They don't seem to
And they
notice
don't.
you or care.
Huh.
You wait for a moment. 2 of them stop and post guard just outside the door, among the remains of the ones you destroyed.
They're on a schedule. They're just fulfilling their roles. The security of this prison is the illusion of contentment. The prisoners are in a bliss. Think of where we were before we woke up. There's nothing keeping us here. What's to say we can't just find the door that leads out? The medical door.
The green door. Indeed.
Is it really that simple?
We should gather the others and see if that is where we should go.
Yes, I agree.
So you go to gather the others.
I hand you your spear.
Oh, you can hold on to that for now. Thanks.
I take the spear back.
And as you do so, we will find the end of our first episode. So thank you guys very much for playing today. It has been an absolute ride. Thank you for making episode 1 of Lapis truly special. And I liked having a lot of new people at my table. It was great. This is good. We're absolutely going to go around here, do your introductions of who you were, who you played, where people can find you, what cool projects you are working on, where we can find you, all of that jazz. If anything, at least we can, help each other and lift each other up a little bit. We'll start with Acasis. Liv, please.
Hi, I am Liv. You can find me on Twitter at livinaday. Today I have been Casis, who we'll learn more about her, I guess, the next time we're around. But if you want to see me and the things that I do, the best place is to follow me on Twitter. I jump around from channel to channel. I do a lot of TTRPG stuff. On Mondays, I'm over on Total Party Chills Under the Table, where we explore a bunch of different systems, usually anything indie, anything a little bit off the beaten path in terms of standard TTRPGs, and we play through multiple games to create our worlds and then play in them as the season goes. So we are wrapping up our world creation for season 3, which is going to be a Weird West kind of vibe. We're going to be using Fistful of Darkness, so that'll be fun. I've never played a Blades in the Darkness system before, so I'm very nervous. And then on Tuesdays in September, I'm going to be over on Rule of Lore's all queer LGBTQIA plus Waterdeep game. So
Nice.
Into Deep, be gay, do heists, but otherwise you can find me, I think, once a month, on Super Idols RPG, which is like a masks meets pop idols meets magical pals. And that comes out on Sundays.
Nice. Excellent. And thanks for playing, Liv. It was great.
Thanks.
Glad to finally have you at the table.
I had a blast.
And our orc friend that got to do 2 fights today, real fights. Yetzel, D'Angelo, please.
Hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo, and I'm a tabletop RPG performer, and I fight with all my heart and soul to create more like inclusivity and diversity within our geek community by putting up a bunch of projects and everything like that. For example, this weekend is actually a live playtest of my upcoming tabletop RPG called Emerald Templars. It's super work in progress, but it'd be super, super cool to see, how everyone likes it, vibes with it, and they get feedback so I can like make it better for its eventual release later this year and everything. So that'd be super cool. And working on different projects. You can find all my stuff at _D'Angelo on Twitter. And it was super fun to play a fighter champion orc boy who is just all sorts of chaotic. So it's good.
Yes. More from him. Yes. Excellent. Daros, Rob, please, is next.
Hey, that's me, the guy that forgets his character name until you say it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, wait, that's me.
That's my name.
I'm new here. It's new boy. Hey, I'm Rob, or bonus stage Rob, or bonus _stage Rob. You can find me to one of those on various places of the internet, Twitch, Twitter. I'm usually just floating around different TTRPG streams. Happy to be here playing Daros, the half dwarf, half halfling. Am I a quarterling? Is that a thing?
That's
quarterling.
Oh, that's
The quarterling paladin.
Oh my god.
There we go. But yeah, I am not doing much else these days, so this is where I'll be for the time being. So happy to be here.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Skithris, Snake Baby.
Yes, the man who likes to have weird vowels and letters
Yes.
in my name.
Yes.
So
Beloved,
Justin,
there's more consonants than vowels. I'm gonna tell you that.
I meant to say consonants, but I slipped up. My brain is broken. Yes, I'm Justin. I also go by Theric6, or you could just say 6 because it's much easier. You can find me Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, under those same names. You can also find me on Instagram. It's just like, if you want to follow me on Instagram, which you totally should, I think my links for that are on my Twitch channel and like on my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
If you like pictures of pretty flowers, that's like all that's on there.
That's where you go.
You should check out my Instagram, it's fun. But yeah, other than that, I play Magic the Gathering stuff. I technically have a second channel, I think that's called 6 and stuff, where I play other games and do other dumb things. Crosswords will be up there at some point because I'm a giant freaking nerd and I like word puzzles. So if you want to watch some Magic the Gathering stuff, check me out. And I'm very excited for Wolves.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you. Kaya, Stella, please round us out.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for all the love. Really, really appreciate it. What an excellent first episode. I'm Stella Luna. I'm a TTRPG streamer here on Twitch. I do a couple of different things. I namely run marathons, which I try to build in a way that introduce people to TTRPGs, especially if you're brand new. I run a learning community. I love to introduce people to new TTRPGs that they've never played before, whether it's Powered by the Apocalypse, a number of different indie games as well. We try to explore a lot of different things. And I also have my passion project, Unbound. It uses adventures from Uncaged Anthology, which is a collection of adventures that subvert tropes around mythological creatures and beings that are women and tell them in a much more enlightened and interesting way. And that is on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And every NPC in there is hot, and the cast is really hot, and we go around basically smooching all the NPCs and killing gods. Yep, that's me.
It's pretty good, by the way. It's pretty good. Thank you, everyone, for playing this evening. I have been your dungeon master of whatever this was. That's Ruin Lapis, episode 1. We unfortunately will not be back for this particular group until the end of the month because Gen Con is right in the middle and I have to go work there and do stuff. So I will not be here. So thanks for being here. We'll see you sometime soon. The next Ruin game is Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and that'll be Team Auric, Gold Team. So thanks again. Have an excellent evening, and until next time.